Hello guys, we're back with another LMS commentary today, and there is no specific stupid challenge, but the challenge will be PKing with high ping rather. That's right, the worlds have rotated back to the US, which means that I've got really bad ping, but the rest of the time Americans have bad ping, when it's a UK rotation. I could long distance range with a crossbow here, but I choose not to because he's not doing that, my opponent, so it's really not necessary to, and it's just annoying having to switch back to range. In fact, he wasn't even blood barraging me, so I had the advantage blood barraging him there. So I got him refrozen. Now he doesn't have me frozen. Unlike the last commentary, I can actually freeze, so I can get just in control of the fight. And the reason I'm in control is all he can do is range and mage me. If he's not competent, he's not going to be able to mage me in one tick, so I'm going to have time to prepare like that. Or he's going to range me, in which case I was prepared. So one thing that's a bit different from my other commentaries is because of this bad ping, I am going to have to basically predict what my opponent's attacking me with rather than react. So that's a little bit harder. Not impossible, but harder. And the reason for that is that the server, because it's not my ping, good fight to that guy, because it's far away, there's a delay, and the delay is significant enough that it hinders my gameplay. So for example, watch, I can actually, if I pray mage, I can get my cursor back to my prayer before it actually switches, which basically means that I'm going to have to basically predict what they're attacking me with before they attack it. So if they're one ticking, I can't, or even two ticking, I can't do anything. I'm going to have, it won't register in time. So for example, I know he's going to mage me. He's probably going to go for another mage because he's splashed, and I'm DDing him. Let's just create distance. Well, he went in for a melee, but the only two things he could have done is range and mage because I was either DDing or in distance. Okay, he's going back for a mage. Let's get our Mystic Bottoms on. Okay, that was nice by him, to be fair. Bit strange. I mean, it was nice by him, but it looks like he's just prioritizing melee at all points. He hasn't gone for a range or anything like that. Interesting to see what he does now that we're frozen. I don't believe he is. I'm going to try and refreeze him now. He didn't put his staff on, so I just pray mage. I should really be blood barraging if I was worried about outlasting this guy, but I'm not really worried about outlasting him. So I'm not going to bother. I'd rather go for higher hits, and he is dead. Okay, there's a Carol stop on the floor. Okay, we got a Sears ring. I think Sears ring is better. Well, Sears ring I is better than a B ring. In terms of bonuses, it gives you more of a mage bonus than it does then a B ring gives a strength bonus. Nevertheless, because we have minimal amounts of switches right now, I'm going to take it anyway. And instead, I'm going to move my my whip over here so I can have an easy three-way. I can drop that rope now. I'm just going to keep the mithril seeds for now. You never know if it'll come in handy, and we've got the inventory space for it. I'm not going to rush into the safe zone because there's most likely going to be a fight there. And I wasn't ready. I am ready now though. We've also got a spec bar on our ACB, which means it's going to be easy to one tick into a DDS, although it's not actually going to be a one tick because there's a delay. If you see, my switches are delayed, but we can make it appear to be a one tick, so we can just go like that and it will just appear, maybe a tick later than it normally would if it was a UK one. Okay, let's get a Carol's top on where I'm frozen. Let's use that to our advantage. Never mind, we're not anymore, so let's put our tank legs on. Pray melee, just anticipation. Back to range because he hasn't actually switched weapon. Okay, his mage was slow. Okay, this guy is quite slow in reacting. Let's go in for another mage. He's not actually praying mage at all. Let's just pray melee in case he gets any ideas. Okay, I saw the defender come on. Back to mage, he's not doing anything with it. He's maging, let's go in for a big whip. Okay, he seems pretty strong at switching between range and melee. So let's persuade him to pray range, even though we have no intention of ranging him. Let's just pray melee here because he hasn't attacked us for a little while. Okay, I'm just going to eat up now. No reason to throw this away. Okay, that was a huge spec, huge spec by him there. Let's just tank his specs. He still is not praying any mage. Let's just get a Carol Stop on because we know he's going to mage. Oh, he's finally prayed mage. Praying melee. The reason I'm praying melee rather than mage is because I'm going to be able to see when he's maging, because he takes quite a while to switch into his mage, which is okay, but you know, it's just experience and speed there. We've got both of those upgrades on the floor, the Armadillo Crossbow and the Sears Ring Eye. Okay, we've got a Kodai one now, which is very nice, and an Arim's Robe Skirt, which is our missing Arim's piece. So we're going to 115 HP before the next fight. Brew up. Let's see if we can get a freeze on this guy. Never mind, they're in a fight now. There's 5 contestants left, and the other 2 opponents are in fights. Okay, so because we have low ping, I'm actually going to take a Staff of the Dead over a Kodai. The reason I'm doing that is so that I maintain a spec bar on all 3 styles, and that will make it easy, because if I have, for example, a no spec bar, I have to wait for it to load, and because I've got bad ping, it can take a while. There's a Darok's Helm on the floor. As I said in my analysis of helmets, it's better than it needs, although obviously it's no strength bonus, so I'm going to put that on, but it's the worst of the, in my opinion anyway, of the Barrows helmets that you can get in LMS. Let's just watch this guy's fight. I hope that guy was out of food. There was no need for him to be sitting that low. But it looks like this is our next fight. Fish and Grits. He's got some nice upgrades, but I'd say we're equally, if not more, outgeared than him. I'd quite like the Fury and the Infernal. Right, so we're going to attack him when we can because it's no holds barred. And we're keeping our distance so he can't melee us. He's going to get the first hit if he chooses to attack sooner rather than later. Okay, we're both frozen here. Going to switch into range immediately because most people, once you get frozen, will bolt you, especially if you're playing mage. Okay, that was a fakie, so we know he's got that in his arsenal. He didn't fakie again though. That was a fakie, so he fakies to mage too. Probably should have DDS that, but nevertheless we'll DDS now. I'm actually going to mage. The reason I almost didn't get Augury on there. Let's DD on him to eat back up. I didn't get Augury on because it was a last minute decision to mage, and the reason I did that is because I didn't want to be frozen. Okay, let's actually not DD today, you know, just for a variety of content. Right, he's going to want to get that freeze because we have been DDing on him. Never mind. Okay, he uses mage a lot to fakie. Let's get a freeze on him because I don't believe he's frozen right now. Failed. Okay, he's going for the freeze and he got it. Can we get it back? Yeah, we did. So we're both frozen now. We're going to be unfrozen before he is. We need to use that to our advantage. Okay, I'm going to eat up for now. 6 seconds until the freeze is left. Oh, what? Maybe he was frozen before. Okay, he tried to use it to his advantage. He DDS'd on prayer and chose to change his attack styles. I didn't have a spec, I thought I did. I was just looking out the corner of my eye. We're going to DD on him so we can eat up, but we're not rendering self. Okay, he's actually praying range. Let's switch back to our staff. We've moved the DDS out of our 6 way, which is my preference, because Well, we don't have any DDS specs. We do actually have a DDS spec now. Let's see if we could drop it. I could have easily died there, and I got punished. Kept the prayer melee on because I anticipated that he would expect me to change prayer based on the fight so far. I've been changing my prayer, you know, reacting to his switches. So sometimes it's good to switch it up. And also the strongest attack style would be so usually I switch my styles in between hits. So let's see if I didn't fall for it. Let's see if he goes in for a melee. He doesn't. He couldn't have hit a 39 with mage, so that's fine. Okay, he goes in for a melee after a range hit. He's going to go back to range. He's going to go in for a melee now. For a range. He's just switching in between styles, and he's frozen and he's dead. Good fight to that man. Right, we need to make sure that we loot before we get PJ'd by our next opponent. So I'm just gonna see. Yeah, he's looking to PJ already. Okay, perfect. We got claws out of that. I'm gonna leave that there. Right, I want to get the first hit because he's spam clicking me. Okay, neither of us are frozen. I'm gonna drop a really early spec, and then I was gonna try and DD him, but I was unsuccessful. He's gonna melee now, surely. No, he goes back to mage. Gonna range him. I don't know why a lot of players, once I've claw spec, they'll pray melee. Like I wasn't gonna, I mean, I'm gonna have to switch my weapons. Why would I switch into melee? Unless you were, you know, 200 IQing. This guy is not praying mage. So we're just gonna keep faking back to mage until he does. Perfect. That's nice by him. He's on the ropes. I don't know what that was. Right, we're going to eat up now, even though we've got him on the ropes, because there's no need to throw this away. We're quite heavily in the lead, and I don't want to get AGS'd out. Right, let's... we're actually having a better time with this than he is standing right next to each other. We're less predictable than he is, so I'm actually just going to maintain it. If he wants to change it up, he can. Okay. Gonna fakey range, going for a mage, get him frozen, and he's dead. Good fight. Easy as that.